Good morning. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning here, but I was just like, you know what? I need to get these readings out. It's always a lot easier for me to do readings when my son is asleep. Because if you saw the Aries video, you saw how my son just be cutting up in the middle of my videos. So, excuse me. We are going to be doing, we're going to be doing Leo's reading. And if you are just now watching these videos, always remember everything will not always resonate, and sometimes what resonates will not be your sign. So feel free to check out and watch all of the videos that are posted, because you never know what it is exactly that could resonate with you. Alrighty, so we're gonna see. In these readings, it's a little bit overdue, but these readings are from the 555 portal energy, because the energy has been pretty much lasting all month. See, y'all, this don't make no sense. I feel like I got PTSD with my son barging in the room, because I'm sitting here looking over at the door. Like, sad, just sad. So we're gonna get into it. Spirit, what is it that Leo has going on? What is it that has surfaced with this 555 portal energy? Spirit is saying being open to the changes, being open-minded. A lot of Leos are not realizing there are some things that they're going to have to release. I'm hearing old thought patterns, old habits, old ways of thinking. They're going to have to sacrifice and leave those behind. It's honestly what's blocking them. It's what's blocking them from alignment. I've been seeing 712 a lot. Not even so much the angel number, but dates more so. The important dates I've been seeing are 7/11 all the way up to the 22nd. So like 10 days, one of those days, something could happen for you. In July, the next cards that came out for some of you, you may be working on unblocking your crown chakra, and you may have noticed that there was a passion ignited that you weren't familiar with, or not even just so much a passion, but I'm hearing a new love for something. I'm also hearing it was very much so spirit guided. A lot of you were really curious, like, on what it is that your purpose was. What was it that you were supposed to be doing? And I feel like there's a part of you that may have went through, I wouldn't necessarily say a power struggle, but I'd say an identity struggle. And then of course Leo, the lion and the man. It was more so of an identity struggle, because it's like you had things you wanted to do. You had things that it was that you wanted to focus on. But at the same time, it's almost kind of like your mental what was holding you back. And it was just, there were certain things and certain aspects. I'm also hearing things about your past that you weren't willing to necessarily sacrifice to get to where it is that you're trying to go. And I feel like that was one of the things that it was that you recently had to realize, kind of like Aries too. I feel like, Leo, you definitely had to go within, because like I said, it was a power struggle. Not even just so much between your head and your heart, but also your higher self and your lower self. But Spirit is saying the two can coexist. It's just certain areas you do need to know when it's supposed to come out, and pretty much when it is that it needs to be tamed. I know for some of these readings, it may come out as more so Self-love related, this is definitely seeing self-love. I'm hearing finding, for some of you that it's applicable to, finding yourself before you find love. And I'm noticing here 818, so Spirit is saying the power struggle is the karmic cycle that it is that needs to end. And I feel like for some of you right now, it's like everything's falling into place. Things are slowly falling out as they should. It's just a matter of you being patient. I'm definitely feeling between now and July, there are going to be some decisions that are going to have to be made. I just heard in terms of love and also in terms of growth. So Spirit is, what I'm hearing here, Spirit is pretty much saying, what are you willing to do to get to where it is that you're trying to go? What things are you willing to let go of in order to pretty much see what it is that you're looking for? Because what I'm hearing is a part of you feels like you can't have the money, you can't have love, the you can't have the growth, and then also the sense of overthinking and letting go of those bad habits. But Spirit is saying you can't have all that, and you've been manifesting that. It's just a matter of what exactly is it are you willing to sacrifice? What is it that you're willing to let go? What are you willing to change exactly about your, what are you willing to change about your thought process in order to get to where it is that you're trying to go? Because Spirit is saying the minute, Leo, the minute that you change your thought process, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap. So it's just like you really need to work on being a lot more positive and stop being so harsh on yourself. I'm hearing you're a phoenix rising from the ashes. You've been through some shit. And that's just something that you have to acknowledge. Spirit is saying right now you need to be open. You need to surrender to receiving support and love. Stop feeling like you have to do everything on your own. Spirit is also saying surrender to prayer. For some of you, you may call this manifestation, but surrendering to prayer. Ask God what it is you want. Ask God to help you through this so that you can receive the answers that it is exactly that you're looking for. And then same thing here, waiting game. Spirit is telling you to, hold on, let me turn this light down. Spirit is telling you to surrender to divine timing. You may feel like things aren't going as fast as they should, but things are going in the way that they're supposed to. For some of you, I feel like surrender the idea you can fix someone. This isn't even so much someone. This is what I'm hearing from you, Leo, is this is you. Surrender the idea that you can fix yourself. It's not always about fixing your shadow side. It's about working on healing it. I'm hearing it effortlessly in integration. And then the last thing here is surrender the habit of people pleasing. Realizing you have to look out for you have to look out for yourself first. That's one of the things that you're gonna have to sacrifice. Are you gonna keep doing stuff for other people, or are you gonna do what you're doing because it makes you happy? And if someone happens to cross paths with you, or someone happens to benefit from that happiness, so be it. That's just how things are supposed to work out in that moment. There was alignment in that moment, and I feel like that's really what it is. Honestly, sometimes when you cross paths with people, it's because you happen to be in alignment in that moment. But that's the only thing. Sometimes people feel like things are supposed to stay in alignment forever, and they won't always be. There'll be certain moments that things work out perfectly, and there are certain moments that God will be like, you know what, this person has served their purpose for now, so it's time for me to take them out. And that actually happened with a friend and I. We got back in contact probably like a year and a half ago. We got back in contact about a year and a half ago. And then out of nowhere, I just felt guided to like remove myself from his life. And it wasn't so much like it was like malicious or anything like that. It was just God knew he had battles that he needed to face and handle alone. And when the time was right, he brought me back into his life. So that's just how things work sometimes. Sometimes you're in alignment, they take you out and they bring you back in when it's necessary. And then, like I was saying in the very beginning, Spirit is saying here, what is it that you need to, what is it that you need to release, Leo? What is it that you can be willing to let go? What dead weight is it exactly that you can, what dead weight is it that you can work to shed right now? Spirit is saying surrender control, and that also came up for Aries reading. Surrender control and surrender the need to want to do everything by yourself, and be open. Be open to support. And the last two cards is for some of you, what I'm hearing is your hard work is paying off, and the energy is gaining momentum. For some of you, you've released a lot of control, and you are open. You're open to the help right now, and things are building. The fact that you finally surrendered and released. And then y'all peep this. Hold on, let me pick it up. And as I said, that it's 11:11. One card is the waxing moon, and wait, is it? No. One card is the waning moon, and one card is the waxing moon. So it's kind of like removing what it is that needs to be removed so better can come in for you. And the last card that came out is nothing is set in stone, but I'm actually going to grab my tarot deck to kind of get a little bit more clarification on that. And the cards that fell out were Two of Swords. So Spirit is saying you have time. You have time to make a decision. Stop beating yourself, and stop feeling like you have to go with the pace that everyone else in the world is doing. Because we have a lot of twos here. So pretty much the number here is 12, 21. So mirroring numbers. So you could be, Leo, there could be somebody that it is that you're mirroring right now. I'm also hearing it could also very much so be a friend. I'm hearing platonic relationship. So it could be a friend. And you may see a friend that's successful, and you're just like, wow, I wish I could be where they are. But Spirit is also saying you don't realize what that person had to do. You don't realize what that person had to do to get to where it is that they are. So don't compare your journey to their journey. Things happen the way it did for them, and things happen the way it needed to for you, in the exact way that it should have. So I always check the bottom of the decks to see if there's a remaining message. The next thing is Six of Pentacles. So Spirit is in reverse. So Spirit is saying in terms of money, what are some habits that you could stand to release? What are some old habits that you could stand to let go of? And Spirit is saying for some of you, you're needing to have more hope. What I'm hearing is faith the size of a mustard seed, pretty much. So Leo, that is your reading. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if it resonates. If you have any questions, just in general, not in regards to the reading, feel free to let me know, and I will talk to you soon. All right.